So, STG Guard, Baby Defender. Tier 8 Soviet Russian premium medium tank with 390 alpha damage and 212 penetration. Really good accuracy for this kind of gun, 0.32 with 100% crew. What else? Let me think. There was something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, new tier 8 Soviet Russian premium medium tank. Or did I say that already?
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Where the fuck are your parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
But hey, that's pretty good, and with this camo on STG Guard edition. So this is the standard STG's special version called Guard, like we have Object 252U with a special camo called Defender. So this is Guard and Defender. This is why this vehicle is Baby Defender, aka Guard. And with this camo, you cannot go any more Russian. So let's try to pronounce those letters over here as Sovietskim tankistam slava. Soviet tank something something. I don't remember what that Slava means. I have to Google it, maybe I'm going to do that. But this tank, developed in the Stalin Academy of WPRA Mechanization and Motorization Program. According to the various sources, work on the project started after 1949. The vehicle features a layout with a frontal placement for its transmission and a rear placement for its fighting compartment, which was unusual for the Soviet tank building school. Tank building school. That sounds awesome. That sounds like a school for X-Men. I think so. Professor X on the top. The project was discontinued at the design development stage. So this is a paper tank, but we are able to enjoy it in World of Tanks. And once again, this camo man. Those guys over here, crew members. Yeah, this is pretty Russian, I would say. Slava Sovietskim tankistam. Vice versa on the other side. Roger that. Okay, so what we are going to do in today's episode is I think I am simply going to show you one gameplay and let's talk about this vehicle a little bit. What I think about this vehicle and how good this vehicle is. Let's see. So you enjoy this gameplay action on the background and let's get going. STG Guard. What is good about this tank and what is bad about this tank? And I believe let's start with the bad things, because in my eyes there are only two really bad things about this tank. First thing is hull armor. 100mm thick, 45 on the sides and 45 in the rear of the tank. But you can see that it is super heavily sloped. I might be wrong, but I do not remember any bounces whatsoever with my hull. And as you can see from the 3D model as well, hull armor, angle it how you want, you are not getting it over like 180 or something like that. So everything can easily penetrate your hull. You have to think about that. But at the same time, turret is really good. Turret is actually the best compared to the D34-3, Object 416, Revolores, and compared to the D44. Why I decided to compare these tanks to those tanks? Well, D34-3 has 390 alpha damage, 416 is yet another back turreted tank, M4A1 Revolores has 390 alpha damage and doesn't have that special matchmaking, and the D44 with 122mm gun. I am going to compare this premium tank to the standard D44 with 122mm, and this actually triggers me the most, but more about that in a little bit. But what is the second bad thing on this vehicle, in my opinion at least? And this is average damage per minute. Only 1743 with 100% crew. But you know, in nowadays World of Tanks, trading is actually even bigger thing than the constant damage output. Usually, DPM does not matter, but on paper, this is the second bad thing. So, 390 alpha damage, The best penetration compared to all those tanks that I mentioned before. T-34-3 gets 175 because it has a special matchmaking. 416 has 201 and 320 alpha damage, but 416 wins with DPM by a huge margin. Almost 800 more DPM on 416 than on Guard. M4A1 Revolores has 200 millimeters of penetration, as we all remember, and the D44 with 122 has only 175 millimeters of penetration. Same alpha damage, a lot lower penetration on standard version of this gun. But the matchmaking is exactly the same. Yeah, and you know guys, what is even worse? DPM on D44 with 122 gun, with buffed 122 gun, is lower than on Guard. Reload time on Guard 13.42 seconds, reload time on new D44 14.57 seconds, DPM 1606. Gun depression, gun elevation, -6 degrees, 17 degrees on Guard. -5 degrees on D44, but 23 degrees of gun elevation on D44, which is really awesome. Yes, 17 degrees of gun elevation is pretty bad, but -6 degrees of gun depression with back turreted tank is godlike. 416 has only -3 degrees of gun depression and 15 degrees of gun elevation, but it is a little bit lower profile tank as well, so I kinda understand. But -6 degrees with a back turreted tank, yeah, pretty enjoyable, I have to say. Aiming time 2.4 seconds with a 122 gun on a premium tank is not bad. And this aiming time is 0.67 seconds faster than on D44, that has 3.07 second aiming time. Accuracy, the best once again, 0.32. Are you fucking kidding me? But this tank has really awesome turret armor, 210 millimeters thick from the front, 180 on the sides and 45 in the rear of the tank. So get this tank hull down and in tier 8 battles you are going to be god-like tank. This tank is hull down monster, and you can simply wait for a reload time. That is around 11 seconds or something like that, with all the boosts and really good crew and equipment and so on, and without a ventilation, because I was using tank gun rammer, vertical stabs and binoculars, because this is a Soviet medium tank after all, with only 370 meters view range, which is by the way diverse on this list. But now let's talk about the mobility, which is average at the best. It is not the worst mobility out here, but it is not super awesome either. 28 tons heavy tank with 400 horsepower engine. Yes, engine is quite weak, but it doesn't weigh anything as well. Power to weight ratio, thanks to the weak engine, is actually kinda meh, only 14.29 horsepower per ton, which is more than 5 units lower than on D44. So I guess D44 only wins with the mobility. But top speed 50 and 20. 20 is pretty standard, 50 is actually really good, but D44 gets 51, so yet again D44 is winning over here. But on flat ground 50, it is actually quite easily achievable. Once again, if you're trying to climb somewhere with this tank, yeah, take your time, because it doesn't move that fast up on the hill, but on flat ground it doesn't matter. Traverse speed is really awesome, actually 46.94 degrees. And concealment, second best after 416, because 416, if you still do not know, has the best medium tank camo in this game, a stationary camo. But on Guard you get that special camo as well right off the bat. You have 18.75%, which is really awesome. So boosting this number with some of the crew skills, you are going to see some really sexy numbers over here. And finally, view range, yes, I talked about that, 370 meters. And this is it. This is STG Guard, aka Baby Defender, tier 8 Soviet Russian premium medium tank. Price is going to be a little bit under 40 euros. I'm going to put the price tag tag on the screen as well, and it is going to be available after 2 days, so on 9th of September, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I believe September 9th was the date when this tank is going to be released. But how this tank is, or how this tank feels when you boost it to the max, it has a little bit over 2000 damage per minute, 2069. Accuracy is 0.3, aiming time is 2.24, and reload speed 11.31 seconds. With Brothers in Arms, large caliber tank on rammer, vertical stabs and coated optics, and improved combat duration as well. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is STG Guard, baby defender. Ooh, hello father, defender over here as well. But this is going to be our new upcoming tier 8 Soviet Russian premium medium tank. I actually do not remember how many times I have said that sentence already in my different episodes as well. But yes, yet another one. But what can I do? I think you wanted to hear my opinion, you wanted to see how this tank performs, and this video is over here to show it to you. A really awesome battle on the background. I like how I played this battle, I like it a lot actually. Super patient at the end. I used my awesome camo for a medium tank to get some sneaky shots into the enemy tanks. I did some spotting, so at the moment what do we have? 6.5k damage combined, but as I said, I am not done yet. Some more credits to be made, and I believe my average credit income was around, if I remember correctly, around, let's say, 75 to 80,000 credits profit, guys. So this is not bad average credits profit for a 1 tier 8 premium tank, in my eyes at least. I had a lot of tier 10 battles as well, where I had to play super carefully, because just think about that. This DPM versus 140 or any other tier 10 medium tank is simply going to take one huge and stinky dump on you. You have to look for your opportunities, for your chances and so on. But the most common matchmaking was this matchmaking with tier 9s. I believe I was top tier vehicle only once, where I got wrecked by tier 6 tanks actually, who penetrated my hull shot after shot after shot. But overall, this vehicle can handle tier 8 battles, tier 9 battles, but you know how messed up nowadays tier 8 matchmaking is in this game. And let's finish off this battle with one Russian shot on the move and done. Picked up the final kill as well, so guys, not bad. Ace tanker, high caliber, and Confederate. But ace tanker, it doesn't matter anyway, because nobody plays with this vehicle. But I believe 1650 raw XP would be an ace tanker badge anyway. 4.5k damage done, top by damage in this matchmaking, which is nice, and over 7000 damage combined. Close to 7.5 thousand damage done. Yeah, and 136,000 credits profit in under 10 minutes, guys. My god, that number is awesome. And yeah, I think I'm done. STG Guard. What else there is to say, god damn it. Now you know everything about this tank. Yet another tier 8 premium medium tank. Hooray. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I hope it was informative. Somehow, maybe. I get you next time. Take care, and I'm waving to you. Bye.